Do you believe in miracles? A place where every step feels like entering a dream world, an unreal realm of Asia. This is a land where natural wonders defy rules, where mountains tell stories and rivers carry the soul of thousands of years of history. We will dive deep into ancient ruins where earth and sky meet and get lost among ancient cities swallowed by nature. Can you feel it? The whisper of the wind. It's the urge of Asia, an invitation to step through an invisible gate into unprecedented wonder. The harmonious blend of nature's essence and cultural depth will create unforgettable experiences. Are you ready to be captivated? Philippines, dubbed the eighth wonder of the world. It is a living testament to the ingenuity and perseverance of the ancient. Ifugao people. The first thing that strikes is their enormous scale carved into the mountainside of Ifugao Province, Philippines. These fields form a system of terraces so long and high that if placed end to end, they could wrap around half the globe. According to Ifugao tradition, the rice terraces date back between 2,000 and 6,000 years. They were built by the ancestors of the indigenous Ifugao, a tribe that thrived in the Cordillera Mountains. Falls. Vietnam, China. It is one of the most beautiful cross-border waterfalls in the world, and also the largest cross cross-border waterfall in Asia. Located right on the Vietnam-China border, in the territory of two communes, Dam Tui and Din Phong and Dai Tan district. Currently, the waterfall looks like two waterfalls. But when the river water rises due to summer rains, it forms one waterfall. The falls can be visited at any time of year, but the best time is September. The cascading waterfalls blend with the brilliant emerald green lake and lush green cliffs, creating a poetic scene. National Park, Indonesia, is a 5,250-hectare volcanic desert surrounded by giant caldera cliffs, 600 meters high. The active volcano sits in the middle of the sand sea, spewing white smoke 24/7 like a giant furnace of the earth. Temperatures at the top of Mount Bromo range from 518 degrees Celsius, and to the south of the national park, is a rolling plateau. It is divided by valleys and dotted with several beautiful lakes that stretch to the foot of Mount Semeru. The local people mainly the indigenous Tengur people still maintain ancient rituals and ceremonies that are believed to bring peace. The most striking feature is the almost perfect shape of about 1,268 to 1,770 6 conical or pyramidal hills spread over an area of 50 square kilometers. Their symmetry and large number create a surreal landscape, almost unbelievable to be created by nature. With the lush green grass covering the hills, turning dark brown, reminiscent of giant stacked kisses chocolates. Famous for the story of two giants who fought each other for days when they left, but left behind these hills as the battlefield. As one of the most visited tourist destinations in the Philippines, it plays an important is the lowest point on the planet's land surface, lying well below sea level, creating a feeling of both grandeur and isolation. With nearly 10 times the concentration of salt and minerals than the ocean, the water density is so great you cannot sink. The most notable story was the discovery of the Dead Sea Scrolls in the late 1940s in caves near Khirbet Qumran. These scrolls contain religious texts that make the Dead Sea a highly valued spiritual and academic site. It also features a section of the story about Lot's wife, who looked back at the two cities being destroyed and was turned into a pillar of salt. This legend not only adds to the drama, but also ties in mystically with the extremely salty geology of the area. It is a profound experience of the pristine and majestic beauty of nature. If Vietnam's Ha Long Bay is a watercolor painting, Then El Nido is a limestone sculpture carved by wind, water, and time. The name El Nido in Spanish means the bird's nest, a story that comes from the history of the place itself. The area's towering limestone cliffs are home to swiftlets, whose nests are collected by local people from these craggy cliffs for sale. El Nido became internationally famous in the 1980s. And 1990s. Its story is one of a constant struggle between the need for tourism development and the need to preserve its pristine beauty. The Earth still has beautiful places beyond human imagination. Gate, or Hell's Gate, is a burning natural gas field that collapsed into a cave near Darvaza, Turkmenistan. Hundreds of natural gas flames illuminate the floor. And rim of the crater, which has been burning since 1971. Located about 260 kilometers north of Ashgabat, the capital of Turkmenistan. The crater is 60-70 meters in diameter and about 30 meters deep. Standing at the edge of a blazing volcano, watching the flames dance across the Karakum Desert is like being transported to another world. the silence of the desert broken only by the roar of the fire. Makes it incredibly sacred and inspiring. Inspiration for the Hallelujah Mountains in James Cameron's blockbuster Avatar. In Enshi County, Hubei Province, China. It is not only a scenic spot, but also an international natural wonder. What makes Enshi different from the Grand Canyon in the US or other canyons is the presence of vertical limestone columns. The landscape here is described as a perfect combination of the majestic rugged that has lasted for millions of years. It gives people a sense of awe and insignificance before the power of nature. In Japan, the name Kiyomizu-dera comes from the Ottawa Falls, whose pure water flows down from Mount Ottawayama. Guizhou Province, East China, about 248 kilometers from Guiyang and 220 kilometers from Zhangjiajie. The primeval vegetation is the main feature of Mount Fanjing, with towering mountains peaks that follow each other. Besides, it is a sacred Buddhist site, and many Buddhists believe that Fanjing Shan is a place where people can attain spiritual enlightenment. It is notable for its exceptional richness in mosses, with 791 species, of which 74 are endemic to China. The reserve also has one of the richest gymnosperm populations in the world, with 36 species. The mountain is steep and often shrouded in mist, making it look like a paradise floating in the clouds, creating numerous caves and underground rivers. Mongolia. The sandstone and mud cliffs take on a brilliant orange-red hue, especially at sunset. The sinking sunlight hits the surface, making the cliffs appear to glow, creating a magical, dramatic, and unforgettable scene. This is the result of millions of years of sediment deposition, and strong erosion by the Gobi Desert winds. Famous for the story. In the 1920s, American explorer and paleontologist Roy Chapman Andrews led expeditions here. Tourists come here not only to sightsee, but also to set foot on the very place where scientists have excavated evidence. Occasionally, you can still see exposed rock layers animal tracks, and even small fossil fragments lying just above the ground. Turkey. They are formed from soft volcanic lava eroded by wind and water. Leaving behind towering conical columns of rock. The contrast in color and shape between the valleys creates a great natural sculpture. Originally, these soft stone chimneys were easy living places for local people who carved deep into the stone pillars to create houses. Inside the fairy chimneys and the large stone blocks, they built dozens of churches. Churches and monasteries decorated with frescoes. These frescoes are not only works of art, but also invaluable documents of their lives and beliefs. It invites visitors not only to admire, but also to step into history, touching the walls that have of 65,650 hectares, and including 1,133 large and small islands located in the northeast region of Vietnam. They consist of countless limestone islands rising from the sea of various sizes and shapes, unnaturally formed seascape. Ha Long Bay has existed since ancient times due to geological formations. Some legends say that Mother Dragon brought a group of baby dragons down to Earth to help the Vietnamese fight the enemy. The place where Mother Dragon landed is now called Ha Long. In 2023, it was recognized by UNESCO as a World Heritage Site based on biodiversity. With a length of nearly 4 kilometers, it is continuously voted by many major magazines as one of the most beautiful beaches in the world. The sand here is not the usual white, but pure white like flour, so fine that walking barefoot does not sink deep. In 2018, President Rodrigo Duterte called Boracay a cesspool and ordered the island to be completely closed for 6 months. Boracay is living proof that paradise is not something that is taken for granted, but something that can be lost and regained. It is no longer the crazy party island of the 2015s, but has transformed into a grown-up paradise. If you are looking for a beach that is both beautiful and has an inspiring story of rebirth, then Boracay is currently the perfect choice. Nestled among the lush green mountains of northern Thailand, this city is nicknamed the Rose of the North. Unlike modern Bangkok, Chiang Mai retains a slow pace of life where artistic cafes spring up next to ancient temples. Founded in 1296 by King Mangrai the Great. It became the capital of the Lana Kingdom, an independent kingdom that had great influence over the northern region of Thailand. For over 200 years, it was a Buddhist center with a distinct Lana style of architecture and art. As a special autonomous province of Korea, it is known as the Island of Peace and Tourist Paradise. Formed by volcanic activity about 2 million years ago, this creates a unique landscape. Jeju's most famous formation is associated with the giant goddess Solmundae Halmang. It is said that Lady Solmonday was a giant with extraordinary strength. She used her skirt to carry giant rocks and dump them into the sea to form Jeju Island. This is a wonderful combination of majestic natural landscapes and an admirable cultural and historical depth. Established in 1973 as Nepal's first national park, it was also recognized as a UNESCO World Heritage Site in 1984. One of the last and most important remnants of the original Natural Wonders ecosystem, it ranges from lush jungle to soaring savanna. Completely different from the famous high mountain trekking trips of Nepal, Chitwan offers a unique overland safari experience. Often compared to African safaris, but with a completely different fauna. The dense jungle and abundant wildlife made it an ideal location for big game hunting. It is the largest island of the province of Palawan in the Philippines, and the 5th largest in area and 10th most populous in the country. Here you will see long stretches of white sand islands with endless blue sea water or countless colorful fish. Not only that, Palawan also has a system of mysterious caves inside steep cliffs, standing out in the middle of the vast ocean. famous for its eco-friendly tourism activities, providing visitors with vivid experiences, prioritizing environmental conservation. More than just an island, it is a reminder that the earth still has places so beautiful that they make people silent and grateful. If I could only choose one place to go in my life, I would not hesitate to choose Palawan not once but many times. If the northwest coast has smooth golden sand beaches, the south is enchanting with curved white sand beaches. The primeval forest ecosystem occupies most of the northern area of the island, creating a giant green lung. Quoc's transformation over the past decade is an astonishing story. From a sleepy island district, Quoc has become Vietnam's first island city. World-class resorts, the world's longest oversea cable car system, and spectacular entertainment areas. This is a testament to the island's rapid development and international vision. From the 15th to the 17th centuries, Hoi An was the largest international port in Southeast Asia, comparable to Malacca and Batavia. Here the Japanese built temples. The Chinese established 5 splendid assembly halls, and the Vietnamese built hundreds of years old wooden houses. Not because it is as grand as Hanoi, not as vibrant as Saigon, but because it is beautiful in a very nice and very human way. Here people still live in the old houses, still keeping the soul that many other cities have lost. In the evening, with thousands of lanterns lit at the same time, the Hoi River reflects 2 overlapping skies. Recognized by UNESCO as a World Heritage Site, its architecture exhibits a blend of local and foreign influences. Located in a prime location between the 2 most famous grand palaces of the Joseon dynasty, Gyeongbokgung and Changdeokgung. Bukchon is a truly traditional residential area, home to court officials and nobles during the Joseon dynasty. What makes Bukchon unique is its well-preserved Hanok architecture. More luxurious and sophisticated than conventional housing, but still retains the core architectural philosophy of the Korean people. Most houses have a small courtyard, which is a transitional space between the outside and inside world. Today, many hanoks have been converted into cultural centers, traditional tea houses and guest houses. This is not only the place with the highest mountain peak in Indochina, but also a vivid picture of majestic nature. Known as the Roof of Indochina, it is the highest mountain in Vietnam in the Hoang Lien Son Range. Founded in 1909 by the French as a resort with a year-round climate of 15-18 degrees C. From the top of the mountain, visitors can enjoy panoramic views of majestic mountains and clouds. In addition to sightseeing, visitors can also visit spiritual works and experience cultural festivals. Not just a mountain, but a symbol of the desire to conquer. One of the 3 most beautiful symmetrical volcanoes in the world. With a perfect pyramid shape, the snow-capped peak for 9-10 months reflects on the surface of Lake Kawaguchiko in the early morning. Since the 8th century, Fuji has been worshipped as a god believed to be the god of fire that resides on the mountain's summit. In 806, a monk was the first to record mountain climbing for spiritual practice, thus forming the tradition of mountain climbing for blessings. It is so beautiful that it makes people silent when standing before natural wonders so sacred that the Japanese always respect them. Mountain climbing is not just a journey, but a pilgrimage to absolute beauty and peace of mind. With its overwhelming scale, there are no words to describe this structure. It stretches over 21,000 kilometers through rugged mountains, deserts, and plains. Before there was a unified Great Wall, the vassal states during the spring and autumn period. Warring states period began to build individual walls to protect their territories from neighboring states and northern tribes. Qin Shi Huang, after unifying China, ordered the connection and reinforcement of the existing sections of the wall. The main purpose was to protect the new empire from the invasion of the Xiongnu. This period is associated with stories of great suffering and sacrifice. Located in southern Siberia, between the federal subjects of Irkutsk Oblast to the northwest and the Republic of Buryatia. The lake covers an area of about 12,200 square miles, is 395 miles long, and has an average width of 30 miles. It is also the world's largest freshwater lake by volume, containing about 1/5 of the Earth's surface fresh water. Situated in a deep crater structure surrounded by mountains, some of which rise more than 2,000 meters above the lake's surface. Sediment layers at the bottom of the lake can be up to 6,100 meters. Thick cracks in the Earth's crust create hot mineral springs. If I could only choose one place to see before I die, it would be Lake Baikal in March, when the turquoise ice sparkles in the sun. Not your average national park. It's another planet crammed into 3 main islands and dozens of islets. This is the only place on Earth where the last Komodo dragon still lives and hunts like in prehistoric times. Until 1910, when a Dutch lieutenant heard locals talk about land crocodiles and decided to go verify. He hunted and brought back the body, and the scientific world officially discovered this species in 1912. In addition, this island is also one of the most beautiful coral ecosystems on the planet. It is a vivid reminder that the Earth still has truly wild corners where humans are not at the top of the food chain. Hue is a living museum of Vietnamese history, a quiet and profound note on the tourist map. If Hanoi has the beauty of 1,000 years of civilization, and Saigon is the vibrant modernity, then Hue is the nostalgic heart of the nation. This is the pinnacle of Nguyen Dynasty royal architecture. The imperial citadel is a wonder of planning and military and civil architecture. It clearly shows the influence of feng shui and Eastern philosophy, with the works arranged harmoniously. In particular, the mausoleums are not only resting places, but also masterpieces combining the quintessence of Vietnamese architecture. Today, the efforts to restore and preserve Hua's heritage are an inspiring story. It's a breathtakingly beautiful and harsh survival experience. If you've ever dreamed of a place where Earth looks like Mars, but has 1,000-year-old monasteries suspended in the sky, from the 10th to the 19th centuries, this was a powerful independent kingdom located on the Silk Road, controlling the trade route. After the collapse of the Ladakh dynasty in 1842, the land became part of the Dogra, then India, but retained a strong Tibetan identity. This place makes you realize how small humans are in front of nature and how sacred they are in the cold plateau for the past 1,000 years. If you want to see the earth so beautiful that it hurts, then come to Ladakh. Not only is it a resort paradise with beautiful white sand beaches, but it is also a unique historical and geological treasure. Langkawi is known as the Island of Legends, and the most famous story associated with its name. Famous for its tragic story, Masuri was a beautiful woman who was falsely accused of adultery and executed in the late 18th century. Before her death, she cursed the island to suffer 7 generations of poverty and bad luck. Incredibly, Langkawi actually experienced a period of decline that lasted for about 7 generations. Today, visitors can visit Makam Masuri to hear this story and admire the beautiful traditional architecture. If Sapa is a dreamy muse, then Ha Giang is a majestic epic written in stone and sky. With its rugged karst terrain, where the sharp gray limestone mountains stand upright, it creates a unique landscape. The harshness of the rocks has forged the resilient character of the people here. When you stand on the top of Ma Pi Leng, looking down at the emerald green No Quay River, the absoluteness of nature. The Happiness Road running along the cliff is a man-made miracle, an epic of labor and will. It is a fully intact 19th century painting recognized by UNESCO as a World Heritage Site in 1995 for its rarity. From the 14th–16th centuries, this was the capital of the Lan Xang Kingdom, the most powerful kingdom in Indochina at that time. The name Luang Prabang means City of the Prabang Buddha, the sacred golden Buddha statue, 83 cm 50 kg high. The morning air is filled with hundreds of monks in bright orange robes, begging for alms along Sisa Vang Vong Road and the Mekong River. Every September–October, the whole valley suddenly turns into a giant golden painting. It is the season of flooding and ripe rice on the hundreds of years-old terraced fields of the Hmong and Thai people. Seen from above, they curve along the mountainside with a slope that creates soft curves like the fingerprints of gods. The Hmong people use their bare hands to dig rocks and draw water from the mountain tops to create a miraculous irrigation system. Until now, many villages still maintain the custom of planting rice with feet or New Rice Festival to thank heaven and earth. The beauty seen is the result of blood, sweat, and the story of a young girl struck by lightning because she planted rice late. located in the heart of a giant crater called Tanger, about 10 kilometers wide. Surrounding it is the vast sea of sand, a desert of volcanic ash that covers everything, creating a dark, mysterious landscape. As the sun rises, the view from the Penanjakan viewpoint is truly breathtaking. The first golden-orange light shines, highlighting the perfect cone of Mount Semeru in the distance. The contrast between the blue of the sky, the yellow of the sunlight, and the dark gray of the sand and ash creates a perfect picture here. A monument in central Sri Lanka, comprising the remains of an ancient fortress built in the late 5th century on a striking monolithic pillar. This rock so steep that its peak juts out on either side rises about 180 meters above the surrounding plain. Sinhalese King Kashyapa I built a huge lion-shaped palace on the site, intending to protect himself from enemies. However, the king was defeated in 495, and the palace fell into ruin. The site soon became a pilgrimage site and is now a popular tourist destination. When you arrive at Alula, the first thing that catches your eye is the dramatic desert landscape. It is famous for its giant sandstone rocks, sculpted into unique shapes by wind and sand over millennia. Its location made Alula an important hub on the ancient spice route, connecting the east and the west. This attracted different civilizations to settle trade and leave their mark. In recent years, the Saudi Arabian government has invested heavily in preserving it as a luxury and sustainable tourist destination. not just a small province in the northwest of Cambodia, but also the golden door leading to the most brilliant Khmer civilization. It would be unfair to say that Siem Reap is only the place where Angkor Wat is located, because this place is actually a giant. From the 9th–15th centuries, it was the center of the Khmer Empire, which controlled most of mainland Southeast Asia. It was the largest Hindu temple in the world at that time, built by King Suryavarman II to worship Vishnu, and as a mausoleum for himself. Located in the province of West Papua, Indonesia, the Raja Ampat archipelago is a combination of 4 large islands. This is the heart of the Coral Triangle, an area with the highest marine biodiversity on the planet. Raja Ampat alone contains more than 75% of the world's coral species and over 1,400 species of reef fish. What makes Raja Ampat special is its unique mix of ocean currents. These nutrient-rich currents have created a giant nursery where marine life thrives and creates an underwater mosaic. Located just north of Bukchon Hill, with its back against the mountain and its south-facing view of the vast Guanghwamun Square. Koreans call this the main palace, where the spiritual energy of heaven and earth converges. The most magnificent reconstruction was carried out under Emperor Gaozong and Emperor Xingxuan Daiyuanjun, with over 500 buildings. the longest restoration project in Korean history, is now gradually returning the palace to 40–50% of its 1,867 appearance. Each year, a few more buildings are restored as a belated apology from time to our ancestors. It is not just a riverside promenade. It is the historical heart and architectural gallery of Shanghai. When you set foot here, the first thing that catches your eye is the dramatic contrast. A majestic row of 52 buildings of international architectural style. They were built during the period when Shanghai was an international concession, creating a lively museum of world architecture. This contrast is not just about architecture. It is a dialogue between China's colonial past and modern future. If you thought Bali was too crowded and Boracay was overdone, then Jiuzhaigou is the answer of the decade. This teardrop-shaped island in the far southeast of the Philippines has transformed from a surfer's secret to the region's hottest destination. Jiuzhaigou is a living example of how an island can be both insanely touristy and soulful if the local community and tourists are mindful. In 2025, it's still one of the few places on Earth where you can surf a perfect barrel in the morning. It's not just a destination, it's a state of mind. It is the second highest road in the world, with some sections reaching altitudes of over 4,600 meters. Its greatness lies in the contrast. On one side are snow-capped peaks and lush green valleys, and on the other are rough, rocky roads. With the vast barren plateaus of the eastern Pamirs, where only the semi-nomadic Kyrgyz live in yurts, and the beautiful valley. Where the raging Panj River separates Tajikistan from Afghanistan, creating a dramatic border. Poor road quality, high altitudes cause altitude sickness, and the isolation makes each trip a real test of endurance and adventure. Not just a valley, but the first gateway and spiritual heart of Bhutan. The valley stretches out the emerald green of the rice fields, and pine forests are surrounded by majestic snow-capped mountains. The gentle winding Paro Chu River creates a perfect contrast between the wildness of the Himalayas and the tranquility of rural life. Bhutanese architecture such as houses, monasteries, and especially dzongs are built without nails blending into the landscape. The appearance of Paro Rinpung Dzong, with its majestic white stone wall, is an overwhelming highlight. At an average altitude of 1,600 meters, the whole world seems to be nothing but rock, rock, and rock. In 2010, Dong Van Karst Plateau became Vietnam's first global geopark, recognized by UNESCO. The limestone system is 600 million years old, belonging to many geological periods, forming extremely diverse valley rock columns. Here you can walk on a path where under your feet lies the geological history of 500 million years. A place for people who are ready to change their perspective on nature, on life, and on themselves. It is a living testament to the ingenuity and perseverance of the ancient Ifugao people. The first thing that strikes is their enormous scale carved into the mountainside of Ifugao Province, Philippines. These fields form a system of terraces so long and high that if placed end to end, they could wrap around half the globe. According to Ifugao tradition, the rice terraces date back between 2,000 and 6,000 years. They were built by the ancestors of the indigenous Ifugao, a tribe that thrived in the Cordillera Mountains. The story of Banaue is the story of a people who chose to fight the rugged terrain to sustain themselves and their livelihood. It is one of the most beautiful cross-border waterfalls in the world, and also the largest cross-border waterfall in Asia. Located right on the Vietnam-China border, in the territory of two communes, Dam Tui and Din Phong and Dai Tan district. Currently, the waterfall looks like two waterfalls, but when the river water rises due to summer rains, it forms one waterfall. The falls can be visited at any time of year, but the best time is September. The cascading waterfalls blend with the brilliant emerald green lake and lush green cliffs, creating a poetic scene. This is a must-see natural wonder for nature lovers, and I recommend taking a boat ride on the lake to fully appreciate its majestic beauty. Is a 5,250-hectare volcanic desert surrounded by giant caldera cliffs, 600 meters high. The active volcano sits in the middle of the sand sea, spewing white smoke 24/7 like a giant furnace of the earth. Temperatures at the top of Mount Bromo range from 518 degrees Celsius, and to the south of the national park is a rolling plateau. It is divided by valleys and dotted with several beautiful lakes that stretch to the foot of Mount Semeru. The local people, mainly the indigenous Tengur people, still maintain ancient rituals and ceremonies that are believed to bring peace. Looking at Bromo, spewing smoke, and Semeru roaring in the distance, you will understand Earth is not a peaceful planet for humans. The most striking feature is the almost perfect shape of about 1,268 to 1,776 conical or pyramidal hills spread over an area of 50 square kilometers. Their symmetry and large number create a surreal landscape, almost unbelievable to be created by nature. With the lush green grass covering the hills, turning dark brown, reminiscent of giant stacked kisses chocolates. Famous for the story of two giants who fought each other for days when they left, but left behind these hills as the battlefield. As one of the most visited tourist destinations in the Philippines, it plays an important role in the economy of Bohol Province. It offers a unique experience, especially when viewed from high observation decks. Dead Sea, Israel. It is the lowest point on the planet's land surface, lying well below sea level, creating a feeling of both grandeur and isolation. With nearly 10 times the concentration of salt and minerals than the ocean, the water density is so great you cannot sink. The most notable story was the discovery of the Dead Sea Scrolls in the late 1940s in caves near Khirbet Qumran. These scrolls contain religious texts that make the Dead Sea a highly valued spiritual and academic site. It also features a section of the story about Lot's wife, who looked back at the two cities being destroyed and was turned into a pillar of salt. This legend not only adds to the drama, but also ties in mystically with the extremely salty geology of the area. El Nido, Philippines. More than just a destination, it is a profound experience of the pristine and majestic beauty of nature. If Vietnam's Ha Long Bay is a watercolor painting, then El Nido is a limestone sculpture carved by wind, water, and time. The name El Nido in Spanish means the bird's nest, a story that comes from the history of the place itself. The area's towering limestone cliffs are home to swiftlets, whose nests are collected by local people from these craggy cliffs for sale. El Nido became internationally famous in the 1980s and 1990s. Its story is one of a constant struggle between the need for tourism development and the need to preserve its pristine beauty. Derwiz Gas Crater, Turkmenistan. Also known as Hell's Gate, is a burning natural gas field that collapsed into a cave near Darvaza, Turkmenistan. Hundreds of natural gas flames illuminate the floor and rim of the crater, which has been burning since 1971. Located about 260 kilometers north of Ashgabat, the capital of Turkmenistan, the crater is 60-70 meters in diameter and about 30 meters deep. Standing at the edge of a blazing volcano, watching the flames dance across the Karakum Desert is like being transported to another world. The silence of the desert, broken only by the roar of the fire, makes it incredibly sacred and inspiring. Enshi Grand Canyon, China. Located in Enshi County, Hubei Province, China, it is not only a scenic spot, but also an international natural wonder. What makes Enshi different from the Grand Canyon in the US or other canyons is the presence of vertical limestone columns. The landscape here is described as a perfect combination of the majestic, rugged beauty of the mountains and the softness of the geologically Enshi is a natural laboratory that demonstrates the karst weathering and erosion process that has lasted for millions of years. It gives people a sense of awe and insignificance before the power of nature. Fanjingshan, China. Located in Tongren City, Guizhou Province, East China, about 248 kilometers from Guiyang and 220 kilometers from Zhangjiajie. The primeval vegetation is the main feature of Mount Fanjing, with towering mountains peaks that follow each other. Besides, it is a sacred Buddhist site, and many Buddhists believe that Fanjingshan is a place where people can attain spiritual enlightenment. It is notable for its exceptional richness in mosses, with 791 species, of which 74 are endemic to China. The reserve also has one of the richest gymnosperm populations in the world, with 36 species. The mountain is steep and often shrouded in mist, making it look like a paradise floating in the clouds. Flaming Cliffs, Mongolia. The sandstone and mud cliffs take on a brilliant orange-red hue, especially at sunset. The sinking sunlight hits the surface, making the cliffs appear to glow, creating a magical, dramatic, and unforgettable scene. This is the result of millions of years of sediment deposition and strong erosion by the Gobi Desert winds. Famous for the story, in the 1920s, American explorer and paleontologist Roy Chapman Andrews led expeditions here. Tourists come here not only to sightsee, but also to set foot on the very place where scientists have excavated evidence. Occasionally, you can still see exposed rock layers, animal tracks, and even small fossil fragments lying just above the ground. Gurama, fairy chimneys, Turkey. They are formed from soft volcanic lava eroded by wind and water, leaving behind towering conical columns of rock. The contrast in color and shape between the valleys creates a great natural sculpture. Originally, these soft stone chimneys were easy living places for local people who carved deep into the stone pillars to create houses. Inside the fairy chimneys and the large stone blocks, they built dozens of churches and monasteries decorated with frescoes. These frescoes are not only works of art, but also invaluable documents of their lives and beliefs. It invites visitors not only to admire, but also to step into history, touching the walls that have witnessed thousands of years of struggle. Ha Long Bay, Vietnam. With an area of 65,650 hectares, and including 1,133 large and small islands located in the northeast region of Vietnam. They consist of countless limestone islands rising from the sea of various sizes and shapes, a naturally formed seascape. Ha Long Bay has existed since ancient times due to geological formations. Some legends say that Mother Dragon brought a group of baby dragons down to Earth to help the Vietnamese fight the enemy. The place where Mother Dragon landed is now called Ha Long. In 2023, it was recognized by UNESCO as a World Heritage Site based on biodiversity and ecosystem criteria, the first city in Vietnam.